your own custom DJ drops. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and I'm gonna show you how.
When the beat drops, everybody go nuts.
Custom DJ drops will make your sets sound so much more professional and unique. A DJ drop is something that someone says, or a sound effect that gets people hyped before the beat drop in an EDM song. So in DJ Pro, they make it very easy, but it could be a little bit complicated if you've never done it before, because we're going to be using the sampler. So open up the sampler, and now DJ Pro has given us all of these sample packs. So there's DJ sound effects, and this is where you'll find the air horn. And you could use this as a DJ drop. So right before the drop, blast a couple air horns and then let the drop go. Just make sure the air horn noise is off by the time the drop starts, because you don't want to ruin the drop. So use the volume slider and then just slide it off when the drop's about to hit. So I'll show you guys an example. Boom. And that makes the drop have more power. Also, DJ Pro has given us a whole set of DJ vocal drops. That's what it's called. So there's
Let's rock this place. Bass. Check them out.
So just be aware that all of these have different timing. So if you have to know which one, how long it's going to be, so you could time it right so you don't ruin the drop. So I'm going to show you with a couple of these. You see, so it was timed perfectly, and now this one we'll have to do sooner. Okay, so that's the concept of using the drop. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make your own, and then how to load it into one of these sample boxes. So the app that we're going to be using is completely free. It's called BandLab, and it lets you record your voice, and then you could add effects to it. You could do the same thing on voice memos, but then you can't do effects, and it's not going to sound very professional. So we go over here, and then you press the plus button, and then you go to add audio and video, and I think I'm gonna say, when the beat drops, everyone goes nuts. So let's do that. When the beat drops, everybody go nuts. Okay, now let's listen to it.
When the beat drops, everybody
so that's
go
cool.
nuts.
And now let's add some effects. They have so many of these great effects. I recommend going through all of them and seeing which sounds best. I'm not going to do it in this video to save time, but the one I like is the echo doubler. It really makes it sound like a big house song, and this is the one that I always use, so I'm going to do that one. Let's listen to it now.
When the beat drops, everybody go nuts.
It sounds like it's in an EDM song, and it's going to blend in perfectly and make that drop hit really hard. So to save it and to load it into DJ Pro is a little bit complicated, so pay attention to this part, because I got stuck on this a couple times when I was first trying to do it. So you go over here to the cloud button, you press save. And now that's saved it into the app, and then press view. You want to get it from this app into your files and then into DJ Pro. So we're going to press here, which is the download as audio. So we're going to download it as audio, and then we're going to save it to our files, and then we're going to title it so we can find it. So it's going to be when the beat. Okay? And then we press done, and it's saved in our files. So now let's go back to DJ Pro. Here we are. So we're going to want to put it into one of these boxes. But how do we do that? First, we're going to have to, because over here, we're going to make our new one. New drops. So this is going to be a whole folder, an empty folder of a sample pack. So we're going to edit. And now here it is at the bottom. Completely clean slate. So you press these three dots. And these are the ones that I've done before. and then over here it says deck 1 or deck 2. That means that we can essentially record whatever is on. As long as it's not a streaming song, we can record a part of the song and use that part as our sample. So here's how you do it. We're going to have to get the song in a deck, and then record the deck, then put it in the sampler, and then play it. So we go down here to Files, and it's not automatically going to be in this Files section. You have to go to the plus button, Add Files. And now just type into When the Beat, right there. And now we click it and load it into the deck. So now it's loaded into the deck, and what I recommend doing is finding the beginning and just setting a cue point.
When the beat drops, everybody.
So there it is, and you guys could add some effects to it and really make it your own. So we're going to add a little bit of reverb. So we got some reverb on. Let's see what it sounds like.
When the beat drops, everybody go
I like that.
nuts.
And then at the end, let's add a little bit more echo.
When the beat drops, everybody go nuts.
There, that sounds so much more professional. So how are we going to record this? We're going to do a performance with our sample and record it into the recording section of the app, and then we're going to record it into a sample. It's a little bit confusing, but I'll break it down and make it real simple for you. Okay. So we go to record, and don't worry about timing it right away because you could always trim it after. So we're going to hit record, and then I'm going to do the performance with the effects and put the echo on at the right time and try to get it right. So we have the echo off, hitting recording, start a new audio recording. Oh, you can't do it while you have a song from a streaming service. So, let's see. Let's eject that from the deck, because you can't record stuff from streaming that's copyrighted. So make sure that there's nothing from a streaming service on a deck. All right, record.
When the beat drops, everybody go nuts.
And there we go. That's our recording. Now we're going to stop recording. Stop the recording, name it so we don't get confused. Go nuts. Load it onto the deck. So now it's loaded onto deck number 2. And then, you know how I said don't worry about the timing, because we could just go over here, set our cue point. And now let's listen to what we got.
When the beat drops, everybody go nuts.
So there we go. So now we're going to load this into a sample pad. So you go over here, you press the 3 dots, and now it's on deck number 2. So it's going to record for however long you hold in the deck 2 button. So make sure you let go when the sample's over so you don't have just blank noise. All right, here we go.
When the beat drops, everybody go nuts.
And now we got our sample. And we could edit it so we don't get confused. Boom. So now it's loaded in. We know what it is. And it's kind of cool. You could see it. Some controllers, I think you could even see what it says. And now I'm gonna show you guys how to use it as a drop on a beat. So we'll go over here. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. We got our track loaded up. And always have a finger on the volume of your sample so you could cut it off right before the drop so you don't ruin the drop. You want to make the drop better, you don't want to ruin it. So there we go. We have our sample, and we're going to play it right before the drop. I'll show you guys what it sounds like one more time. So you see I didn't turn it off at the right time. So make sure you know the timing of your samples. Practice every sample you do so you know the exact time so you can play it in the exact right spot. So I hope you guys use this to make your sets more creative. And if you like learning how to DJ on the iPad and DJ Pro and all the new up-and-coming stuff related to DJing, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin.